What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm going to go over really quick some tips on how to use the ballpoint pen to draw. You know what I mean? A lot of these ballpoint pens are really meant to write with. And I want to go over a little bit about the drawing purpose of that. Right now I'm going to be using a Zebra F301. Personally, I think this is the best ballpoint pen to sketch with that's available in my area, at least. I'm in the USA, and I think the reason for that is because the tip is a little bit thinner than the other ones, and it doesn't let out as many globs of ink. You know what I'm saying? Because with every single ballpoint pen, including this one, when you're sketching, see it let out one right there. I don't know if you can see that. Nah, it's a little far away. But with every time you stroke it, this right here, if you stroke the pen right here, pulling lines, at some point there's a bunch of ink that kind of gathers up at the tip. And sometimes when you're drawing, boom, it'll be this big blotch in a place that you don't want it, like right there. It just lets out this blotch. And it's like, whoa, what's that about? So I would be aware of that. Normally the way I solve this is I literally, while I'm drawing something, every now and then I'll just wipe it with my hand. Wipe it with my fingers so you get it on my hand. Or I'll wipe it on my pants maybe. Just a little bit. Back and forth just to get rid of that blotch. And then you can continue. And that's to kind of prevent any weird, like if you're drawing an eye and then all of a sudden there's this blotch, you don't want it there, Another thing I would say is improve your dexterity with this thing, because we're using a pen, right? You can't really erase the pen, so really improve how light and how dark, your control is of that. And I have a couple exercises for you in terms of that, your dexterity. And I've gone over a couple of these before, but I wanted to make a video of it specifically. And all right, the first exercise would be the connect the dots, pretty much. And I would draw like a dot over here and a dot over here, right? Just anywhere on the paper, as long as they're pretty far away, and try to connect it in one stroke. So I'm going over, I'm kind of thinking about it. See, I fell short of that. Let me try it again. I'm a little bit closer. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit right there. But do that all over your page. And you'll see. And I would just fill up the whole. Like, see, I totally missed that. I went over it, see? I would do this all over the page. And sometimes I'd have entire pages where I'd fill that out as a warm-up. You know what I mean? You're warming up your hand to see if you can pull a stroke steady enough in one shot. Dang. Anywho. That's the first exercise. I call it the line. I mean, it's not, I didn't make it up, but that's a great exercise that improves your dexterity. The other one I've seen is, and this one's a little different. Create a series of lines like this, maybe like little pyramids. And this was pretty hard, so, and even I stutter with this one. Let me zoom out. Basically, you want to, same thing with making circles. I would make circles along, see this, these sizes right here? Maybe little ovals. And try to hit it. Try to hit the edge. Fit it in there as best as you can. See, I'm moving my hand around to kind of get used to it. Then I hit the paper, after a while. I'm right here moving my hand. I usually do that for everything. So I can hit it in one shot because you're using a pen. And do that till you fill the page. See, let's go to the next one. Oops, see, went over. And do it quick. It doesn't need to be fat. It doesn't need to take a long time. These are warm-ups. This is to warm up your hand, to improve your control over your hand. Because, here's the thing. A big part of drawing is control. Is the control you have over whatever utensil you use. That's a huge part of it. I swear that is like, oh my god. I don't know if I could do it in a percentage, but it's a very high percentage would be the control that you have. Because sometimes you know what to do, but you don't know how to pull that stroke. You just have you're like, oh, your hand won't do it. You know what I mean? and this will get you out of that. That's another exercise. Also, change up when you do this exercise. I would change up the kinds of ovals too. You know, like make the diameter a little different. See that? It's like more of a circle. If you're a total beginner, I would do maybe like 2 pages of these. Or honestly, if I was a total beginner, which is what I used to do, I would do maybe like 5 pages of this, you know, like every day for the first week or so. Actually, I still do these exercises because it warms me up before I start drawing. It really does. You can control your hand better. It gets that hand-eye coordination much better with you. The other exercise would be, one second. Would be basically what I do is, let's turn the paper like this. See how I made these lines right here? Let me zoom out. What I did with those lines, I would actually try to hit those lines. I would try to thicken those lines by going over them again. So let's say I pull that line. I would try to thicken the line up. And I wouldn't go... One second. See, I'm trying to pull that line with making it as least... That one's kind of hairy. See, if you zoom in on that. It's kind of a hairy line. Do the next line right here. Same thing. This one you can't help but go over it. Let me see. See, there it goes. Getting a little bit more warmed up right there. I'm making the line a little bit thicker by going over it. And I'm not, it doesn't mean like I'm going around it. I'm going over the same line, same way, as close as I can, but the more I go over it, the thicker the line gets, because the more ink is being laid down. And I would do a whole page of that too, you know what I mean? And then that really helps. I do that a lot. And I would even do this. Do a curve, see, like draw a curve right there, and try to do the same thing with that curve. I would go over that line. Don't be afraid to turn the paper, by the way. I actually encourage it to turn your paper. You know, there's no cheating or anything. Not cheating. Do that. And this is how, you know, a great way to get line weight variation. I'm just trying to thicken the line as even as I can. A little hairy. I'm a little bit uptight right now. I'm not sure why. But if you do these for, like, honestly, if you do a ton of these, I would say do a few pages, maybe 5 pages of this also, for like a few weeks or every day. If you're a total beginner, I would do this like every day. Your control is going to go through the roof, you know, and at that point, then you're kind of balancing your knowledge base instead of your at least when it comes to line art. You know what I mean? You'll find your dexterity just go up and you have no clue why. You're like, whoa, I can do that now. That's weird. You can draw more of what you see. Or you'll find that you're erasing a lot less, you know what I mean, because your hand. Anyways, that's a little bit of a hairy line as well. See these little tiny mistakes there. Point is to get them as even as you possibly can. So those are 3 exercises I really recommend, and that's just a couple of tips, because I notice a lot of people ask me about the tool that I use. You know, it's just ballpoint pen. Get a sketchbook. You should be practicing drawing every day. Every day. If this is something that you really want to do, really practice all the time, constantly. And it'll just help you better. It's really great therapy, I noticed too. So let me think, is there any other exercises that would help? That's about it right now. If I come up with any more, I'll let you know. This is for the ballpoint pen. Just some tips on how to improve your control. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if this helped you out. Check out another video, and I'll see you next time.